Hey, good evening, everyone. Better late than never. Here's the Tuesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. It's our daily deep dive into all things weather here in the Mahoning and Shenango Valleys. When I recorded this a little after 9 o'clock, here was what the radar looked like. Most of our rain is down in Columbiana County right now, but a couple of showers elsewhere. The rain, for the most part, is pretty light, but this is actually a pretty good little band of rain that extends down through the West Virginia Panhandle. Let's actually just do an hour loop on this. Down through the West Virginia Panhandle, through Wheeling, Steubenville. Pretty good band of rain, even some thunder and lightning all south of our viewing area this evening. Not concerned about any thunderstorm activity up in our neck of the woods. Now, we have had a lot of severe weather today down across the Ohio River Valley, and thunderstorms continue this evening in much of Kentucky, southern, southwest Ohio, back into southern Indiana as well. We've had a lot of reports of tornadoes today, several confirmed. I've seen a lot of video of tornadoes today. Southern Illinois and Indiana, western Kentucky's been hit very hard. A lot of tornadic activity, and of course a lot of hail out there as well. Thankfully, nothing like that going on around here. We'll get our round of showers for the next few hours as we plan out our Wednesday. I think occasionally we're going to see a little rain Wednesday, but just like today, it's not a washout tomorrow. A couple of showers around for the morning tomorrow. Because we get into the afternoon, much like today, there'll be a lot of breaks in the action and maybe a stray thunderstorm or two. No thunder in our area today, but the atmosphere is going to start to become more and more unstable tomorrow. More moisture, a little warmer, all thanks to this warm front sliding off to the north, allowing that higher dew point air to work in. So we could start to see some pop-up thunderstorms in a few spots tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Then on Thursday, it'll be a real June preview this day. Plenty of warm air, plenty of humidity, especially by May standards, and then a cold front approaching. So I think we'll see showers and storms breaking out again towards the end of the day, Thursday into Thursday evening. The severe weather threat is not really through the roof at all here, but I can't rule out a few feistier storms. Showers then continue pushing east. Might get off to a damp start Friday, but most of Friday dry. Here's our next front for the weekend. This is the one that's going to bring down some unseasonable chill for Saturday and Sunday, and unfortunately some raindrops as well. All right, so talking about the weekend, first of all, real quick word on the instability for tomorrow and Thursday. Here's a look at the CAPE values, convective available potential energy, a fancy meteorological term for how unstable the atmosphere be. Tomorrow, moderately unstable air mass, even more unstable across the region. Here's Thursday evening. As you can see, there's plenty of warm air, plenty of humidity fueling storms, but with the front coming through not in the hottest part of the day, but more towards the evening. Again, I think our severe weather threat overall is not real high. The Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk up through most of Ohio, not quite into western PA, and I think this is reasonable. Wouldn't be surprised if they hatched out a slight risk somewhere, maybe in here, but for the time being, marginal risk for a lot of the region for Thursday. We'll keep you up to date on that situation. Now let's talk about the weekend as we take a look at Saturday. You know, if you have outdoor plans on Saturday, not looking like a great day. Let me back things up here too. Sorry about this. My cursor bounced around. Here's Saturday. Showers around. Temperatures probably no better than the 50s on Saturday. I think Sunday's also cool, but probably dry. You'll notice the GFS actually has a little blue around parts of the Great Lakes. There might be a few wet snowflakes up in Ontario and Quebec, and maybe even in the higher terrain of southern New York and northern PA. Don't think there'll be any around here, but I think even some of this rain shower activity the GFS is trying to spin up on Sunday is probably bogus, probably just some fair weather clouds on Sunday. But again, despite a little bit of sunshine, temperatures struggling. And then early next week, the modeling advertising a mostly dry start to the week, but temperatures will stay below average. The question is for how long? When we start talking about longer range forecasts, we look at any number of things, but I'm going to show you a few of the things we look at. These are what we call teleconnections, atmospheric oscillations, if you will, that are based both in the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean, and they can tell us about the large-scale weather patterns that will influence temperature regimes across the eastern part of North America. This one is the West Pacific Oscillation. When this is negative, typically that corresponds to cool weather in the eastern U.S. And as you can see, that lines up nicely with the middle of May being cool around here. It's very negative. It starts trending back positive, though, as we go into the third week of May. The Pacific North American, or PNA, oscillation, when it's positive, it typically corresponds to cooler weather in the east. Notice it is quite positive right here around the 13th to 16th, but then it goes into negative territory right around the 20th. So these are just a couple of things that we look at, but there's signs, they're indications that we're going to start getting into a warmer pattern as we go into the third week of May. I think next week, at least for the first half of the week, is pretty cool compared to averages, but then we're going to start to turn things around and become a little bit more seasonable and perhaps even warmer than average, maybe starting around the 20th to 22nd and then taking us perhaps all the way through the end of the month. So good news if you're missing the warmer weather. Thank you for watching the Tuesday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. 21 news on tonight at 11. I'll have all the details on the 7-day forecast and radars and everything else you need to know coming up tonight at 11, and I'll see you back here for more Weather Geeks Wednesday evening.